And once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Independent School District 196, we welcome you to Eagan High School, to Wildcat Stadium, and tonight's South Suburban Conference boys varsity soccer game between the visiting Panthers from Lakeville North High School and your Eagan Wildcats. There are two additions to the Lakeville North roster this evening. Please add number 36, Colin Atkins, a defender, and add number 99, Andrew Baldwin, a goalkeeper. Now let's meet the starting lineups. For tonight's game, first the starting lineup for the visiting Lakeville North Panthers. Starting with the goalkeeper, senior number 0, Brandon Wright. Midfield, sophomore number 3, Eric Kugler. Defense, senior number 4, Riley Porter. Midfield, senior number 7, Luis Villalobos. Midfield, junior number 11, Colin Byrne. Defense, senior number 12, Sam Tucksher. Defense, senior number 14, Hayden Sagmo. Midfield, senior number 15, Leo Bucciani. Defense, senior number 16, Adam Steele. Defense, junior number 17, Thomas Lee. And midfield, junior number 33, Dylan Liston. The Panthers' assistant coaches are Jeremiah Johnson and Brian Smith. The head coach of the Lakeville North Panthers is Pete Tima. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our visitors to Wildcat Stadium this evening, the Lakeville North Panthers. One roster addition tonight for the Eagan Wildcats. Please add number 17, Daniel Redland, a defender, to tonight's roster. Let's meet the starting lineup for your Eagan Wildcats. Starting with the goalkeeper, senior number 1, Isaac Woodley. Midfield, junior number 2, Gabriel Frost. Defense, senior number 3, Captain Caden Larson. Defense, senior number 4, Captain Donald Ty. Forward, junior number 9, Captain Ryan Leonards. Forward, junior number 10, Derek Sy. Midfield, junior number 11, Emilio Villasenor. Defense, senior number 12, Jacob Brasso. Midfield, senior number 18, Captain Nicholas Cron. Defense, senior number 21, Aiden Burns. And defense, senior number 22, Parker Jensen. The Wildcat assistant coaches are Dave Bland and Trevor Hemphill. The head coach of the Eagan Wildcats is Tim Foley. Ladies and gentlemen, your Eagan Wildcats. The officials for tonight's game, the center referee is Matt Edgar. The assistant referees are Ben Zwart and Paul Kamani. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, the national anthem will be played. The flag is located at the north end of Wildcat Stadium.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us here on ETV and the YouTube channel. It's a beautiful, beautiful September evening here in Eagan, Minnesota, and we're set for boys varsity soccer action between the Eagan Wildcats and the Lakeville North Panthers. Hello, everybody. My name is Nathan Cron. I'm calling the action for you all year for the Eagan Wildcats. And tonight, the Wildcats are looking to build on a 3-0 victory from late last week against, against Farmington. The besting the Farmington Tigers 3-0. And creating an opportunity for them to get back into the win column on consecutive games after dropping two to Minneapolis Southwest and a hard-fought game against Eastview. Lakeville North Panthers have 2 wins and a draw in their last 3 games, but Coach Coach Pete Tima tells me that they're dealing with an injury bug. They've got a lot of injured players or players that are banged up. Let's see what they can bring to the table. And with this matchup, we've got 2 teams in the top half of the South Suburban Conference. Lakeville Panthers, I believe, undefeated in conference play, so they're going to be a tall task for these Wildcats. Wildcats are going to be wearing blue with the white numbers, and the Lakeville North Panthers will be in all white with black numbers and red trim. Lakeville North will be moving from left to right on your television set. There is a bit of a wind coming from the northwest through the stadium, so if there was some sort of a wind advantage, it would probably be with Lakeville North here in the first half. Based on the way the Wildcats are lining up, it certainly suggests that the Lakeville Panthers.
In the first half, the Wildcats in the home blue uniforms will defend the south goal to move right to left on the field in the first half.
It's a big game for
both
sides
as
they
white
look to establish some sort of
north goal
position
in front of
within
the
the South
scoreboard.
Suburban Conference.
Left to right in the
Most
first
teams
half.
in the South Suburban Conference have only played 3 games. Wildcats are 2-1, and the Lakeville North Panthers, I believe are
Lakeville North kicks off to start this game.
I'll set the lineups for you here in just a moment. Lineups for Eagan are very similar to what we've seen so far, with Larson, Burns, Jensen, and Brossow at the back. In midfield, we've got Villasenor, Leonards, Ty, and Frost. As Larson tries a flick over the other side of the field. Forwards are Cron and Cy. Of course, Isaac Woodley between the sticks for the Wildcats. Lineup for the Lakeville North Panthers, we've got Brandon Wright at goal, Steele, Lee, Sagamo, Tucksher, and Porter on the defense, and Brichimi, Liston, Byrne, Villalobos, and Kugler at the midfield/forward positions. Wildcats in their 4-4-2 with the diamond formation in the middle. And it looks like 4 at the back with a defensive holding midfielder for the Panthers, as well as 1 striker, so a 4-1-4-1. We'll see how that midfield plays. The leading scorer for the Lakeville North Panthers, Elijah Sedlacek, out with an ankle injury. So that's forced the Panthers to make a few changes in their lineup, and certainly you would imagine they're going to have to get some scoring from other places. Fortunately, their second leading scorer, Luis Villalobos, is playing tonight. In fact, the ball just went as if he heard me call his name. Villalobos just played it out of bounds for a blue throw. Coach Tim Foley working with these Wildcats, making sure that they understand they are absolutely going to have to put forth a maximum effort on the field. Did that against Farmington. Coach Foley was still unhappy with how they closed some teams down, some players down in some situations. Wildcats still looking for they certainly have their primary scorers, but they could use some additional depth in their scoring. As Cron tries a back heel. It's a nice little back heel looking for Villasenor. Didn't quite come off. We've seen that play from Cron before this year where it's worked out very, very well. Sai's going to make a run here with Burns shielding him off nicely. Brassel with it. It's going to get turned over. That's Liston on the far side. Throws it ahead. And it's offsides.
Lakeville North offside.
We'll see if
for the Wildcats.
See if the Lakeville North Panthers are able to get something going. You get a sense that the team that scores first in this game is probably going to have quite the momentum build. Wildcats in blue would certainly like it to be them. Villasenor and Leonards, the junior captain, working a nice 1-2. Leonards plays it in, can't quite find Sai. Calls for a handball there, but nothing doing. Oh, and here's a brilliant move inside. That's Liston. And Brasso with a great recovery to give away the throw-in. But Liston had great position, and Brasso jumped inside, was able to send that out for a throw. And Liston's going to shoot this generally in the general direction of Wildcat goalkeeper Isaac Woodley. He's going to go out for a goal kick. Not quite 5 minutes gone in this contest, and already you get a sense that the Wildcats are definitely trying to put together passes, though they did not connect. And we've seen that several times when we've been broadcasting both home and when we've attended away games. The Wildcats put together 5 or 6 feet-to-feet passes, working it through the middle of the park. They tend to be successful. Villasenor goes for a solid tackle. That ball's deflected by Leonards. Nicely done. Frost is going to flick it ahead with his head. Sai's going to give chase. Ball's going to be played back to right. There's a situation where Coach Foley's not going to be overly thrilled with that pressing. As Cron and Sai were pressing hard. Cron and Sai were pressing hard, and no one picked up the midfielders.
Lakeville North offside.
Liston with another run. Lakeville North fans not sure that was offsides, but
the Wildcats.
Assistant referee Paul Kamani sold it well. Certainly wasn't by much.
22, Parker Jensen on the kick.
Jensen and Brassau are going to have to watch very carefully over there, as Liston's already made 2 grid runs. Ball comes into Sai. Now flicked on for Cron. Now played aside, that time by Lee. Go out for a deep throw. It's the first time the Wildcats have been in the attacking third here, really against the Panthers with any type of possession. And the ball is immediately thrown away. That's just not going to get it done. Lakeville North on the counter. Bruciani plays it inside to Byrne. Byrne sends it out for a goal kick. Check that. It looks like the referee is going to actually award. My eyes may have been a bit deceived. I thought that went out for a goal kick. It's actually going to be a deep throw-in for the Wildcats. Now it goes off Byrne again. We're going to have a throw-in about 25 yards closer to the center stripe. I'll say thank you to everybody joining us both on the ETV broadcast as well as the YouTube channel. Right now, Eagan girls volleyball, highly ranked and very, very entertaining to watch, is playing on the TV channel. We're actually being broadcast only on the YouTube channel at the moment, but thank you to any fans from Lakeville or the surrounding area, or maybe grandmas and grandpas and other places that have tuned in to check out the action between the Panthers and the Wildcats. Brassau gives away the corner there.
Corner kick upcoming for Lakeville North.
Panthers will have their first corner.
First of the game for the Panthers. On the kick is Dylan Liston, number 33.
Liston will be actually taking the kick. And headed away nicely by Leonards that time. Frost inexplicably flicks it back into the box. Shot right on, right at Isaac Woodley. Nicely done there.
Byrne, number 11 for the Panthers, saved by Isaac
Byrne
Woodley.
put a nice foot on it, but was right at Woodley. Did not test him at all. And he'll take that all day if he can get it. That punt goes out of bounds. I think Woodley would like that one back. It's a small coachable point for Frost. Frost has to make sure if he's heading the ball, he's not hitting it back into the penalty area. He needs to keep the ball out of the penalty area. If that means falling at his feet or turning it or what have you, but he can't go down that road because he creates a potential scoring opportunity. As Jensen watches it go again. Wildcats right now really having a hard time getting out of their own end. Here's Liston with it. Ball's going to come flying in.
Shot taken.
Gonna call that a shot on goal. Nice save by Woodley. Liston very active here in the opening minutes of this game. Larson has his pass intercepted. Burns with it, takes a touch, sends it forward. We have not seen an opportunity for Cy and Cron to get a run on these defenders for the Panthers. So until that happens, we're really not going to know how that's going to stack up as this game moves forward. There's Frost coming back well on defense. Nicely done by Gabe Frost. He takes it away. Nicely done, Gabe Frost. The ball is played out of bounds. The Lakeville bench very sure that it was going to be a white throw, and center referee agrees. That was an easy foul for the referee to call. Leonard needs to be a little more under control there. First foul of the night against the Wildcats. First foul for either team.
Foul call on the Wildcats. Free kick
Ball's about
for the
50 yards
Panthers.
away from goal. Not the end of the world. Ball falls nicely. That time for McBride. It's flicked out. Cy plays it back. Thought Frost was going to run onto it, and he didn't. He turns it over. Cy again with it. Comes off his foot. Oh, Leonard needs to be careful. Heavy potential challenge there. And a good clearance by Jensen. Now, Wildcats definitely not being able to put anything together in the midfield, and as a result, their options and opportunities in the attacking third are really limited. Panthers certainly dominating this game as Larson gets beat by Villalobos. Ball comes down to McBride. McBride shot. Nice block there by Jensen.
By Leo
We're going to have another corner.
Out of bounds off the Wildcats.
Definitely not the way that the Wildcats would have liked to start this game.
Lakeville North. This will be their second.
Corner kick coming up for North. We'll see if Liston goes all the way over for it. He will. Eagan High School Boys and Girls Soccer Booster Clubs would like to thank the following for their contributions to our soccer program. Their platinum sponsors: Eagan Arms Public House, the Eagan Hockey Association, the Wave Soccer Club, Elite Feet Training, Minnesota Orthodontics, and Summit Orthopedics. And the ball misses everybody. It was a nice corner by Liston, but the ball did manage to miss everyone. Nicely done there by Byrne to keep Frost from getting it out. Right now, the Panthers really bossing this game with respect to control. Leonard chips it forward. Can't find Cy. Again, that's another missed opportunity. He has the ball. He has space. And instead of bringing it down to feet, he's shooting it out of bounds. He's shooting it up, and it's being intercepted. Good ball in, looking for Villalobos, and it drifts in for Woodley. Villasenor is going to have the ball here on the corner, on the side. And brief, quick foul there. Called on Cooler.
Foul on the Panthers. Free kick for the Wildcats.
Nice match control foul from the referee. Make sure that the play doesn't get too physical.
On the kick, number 3, Caden Larson.
Larson puts a foot to it, looks for Cron, can't find him. Now the Wildcats have to scramble a little bit. Ty's going to control that, try to control that in the middle as they're looking for Liston to get on the side. So far, Liston and Villalobos have been definitely
for the
two.
Wildcats into the game, number 7, Peyton Jensen. Going off, Ryan Lennox, number 9.
Definitely the two attacking options here favored by the Panthers here in the first half so far. Liston and Villalobos. Nicely controlled there. Kugler in the middle. Looking for a switch. Sy almost picks the pocket of the defender. And in the end, it comes down to nothing as Wright is able to relieve the pressure and then restart the attack. Larson was caught on the outside there. Villalobos was breaking on goal. And that time Larson with a crafty move, playing it off Villalobos.
Two substitutions for the
Wildcats. Two substitutions for the Wildcats. Jack Joseph
and number 16,
and Nate McKinnon will come on and replace Brassow and Larson.
Number 3, Jacob Brassow, number 12.
So far, Coach Foley sticking with mostly what you would describe as his regular substitution pattern. The first 14 minutes of this game have definitely not gone to script with respect to the Wildcats. They would like to see a little more they'd like to see more possession in the center of the field and more pressure in the attacking third. Joseph throws it out of bounds. It's really an unforced error on Joseph. Sets up a great opportunity for Porter. He's gonna whip it into the box. Joseph wins the header, but it falls for Bruccini, excuse me. Well done there by Jensen. Jensen's pressured there. Looks for Frost. Frost does a nice job dipping in and then coming back out, but then loses possession of it. Byrne with a nice spin. Peyton Jensen also came in. Peyton Jensen had also come in for Ryan Leonard's, moving Cron to a center midfield position. So, oh, there's a great flick on. Oh, there's a great flick on by Sagmo. Oh, he should have been able to get that on net.
Number 14, Hayden Sagmo is out of bounds.
Sagmo will want that opportunity back. That's another situation where the Wildcats were absolutely caught flat-footed. Lakeville Panthers took that kick quickly, more quickly than anybody in blue seemed to anticipate, and as a result, they were recovering.
And Emilio Villasenor, number 11.
A lack of energy and lack of concentration that time by the Wildcats. Siljan, flick ahead, looking for Sy. Siljan and Johnson, Evan Siljan and Michael Johnson have also come onto the field, replacing Frost and Villasenor. Ball comes in for Liston. That's a great run by Liston. McKinnon giving chase.
Goal kick, Wildcats.
Right now, not a lot of energy out there in blue. Really lucky fortunate, I think, that they're not down by a goal at this point. Siljan now fires the ball up towards Sy. Sy's going to turn it on, try to get to the side. Does a nice job with the turn. Flick up, and it's intercepted there. Nicely done. Tucksher, I believe, was the player on defense. Sy had a nice opportunity. Tucksher took it away. Wildcats need to transition quickly. They do. You can see all these nice short passes to feet being played by the Lakeville North Panthers. The ball, I think, is going to go a little long for Villalobos. Right now, Lakeville very much bossing the game. As Joseph turns it over. It's rescued by Burns. Going to be a legal throw here against Porter. Not sure if he stepped over, forgive me, I could not see the assistant referee from where we are in the box and could not tell if that was stepped over the line or if he lifted a foot. In any event, Joseph's going to have an opportunity
Substitution for the Wildcats.
rectify and make up for, make amends for the earlier error that he made.
Out, Eaton Burns, number 21.
Wildcats have got to put something together here. Cron chips it forward. He's got an opportunity. Cy running onto it. Cy forces Tucksher to put it out. Cron would take the throw in quickly. Doesn't find anybody in blue. Fortunate there. Ty fighting there with it, fighting Sagmo there in the midfield. Now the Panthers have comfortable possession. Gonna hoof it forward.
Offside,
Sagmo.
Lakeville North.
I believe it was Sagmo also making the run over there.
Direct free kick for the Wildcats.
The third time that the Panthers have been caught off sides in this game. Situation where the Wildcats really need to get to it. Great opportunity there by Jensen. Jensen finds Johnson. Johnson finds Cron. Cron chips it forward for Jensen. Jensen's in the 18. Gonna play it negative for Johnson. Nicely done. Oh, Johnson took a big touch there. May have let him down. Still in the 18. Passes to the middle of the 18, but no one's there. Joseph's gonna hold it in. He's gotta control it though. Joseph with a nice run. Sends it back out for Johnson. That's going to go out for a goal kick. That was the best sequence the Wildcats have had in this game, and we're almost 20 minutes in. I say the best sequence, and it didn't even result on a shot or a shot on goal. Nice interception by Jensen. Jensen's pass finds Cron. Cron chips it just too hard. Cron's going to put that ball towards the outside of the 18 on the edges, either to the right or to the left, to give Cy an opportunity to run onto it where the keeper may not chase it. Nice touch there by Joseph to control it. It comes down to Villalobos. Next game for the Wildcats, September 23rd. They'll be at Prior Lake. And then on Tuesday, September 28th, they will be at Apple Valley. In fact, we won't have boys soccer action here on ETV until October 2nd, when the boys play White Bear Lake in a non-conference tilt. Next time we'll have the girls coming up here at 7 o'clock tonight. Next girls game after that is on the 4th of October, when both the boys and girls programs play Burnsville. It's a good flick on by Cron, looking for Cy. Nicely done that time by Byrne. Cron's going to send it forward, just a little too hard for Cy. You wonder if Cron and maybe some of these seniors are pressing a little bit, because clearly there's a lack of energy, or has been. Here's a great run by Villasenor. Jensen's going to run that down, send it to safety. Nice run that time by Sagmo. Lee on the far side sends it across. Redlin in for Burns. Johnson lets himself get pushed off the ball, then recovers. Nicely done. Cron flicks it ahead. Wildcats really relying on a lot of flicks. A lot of flicks and deep passes. They're not putting together much of anything in terms of controlled passes in the middle of the field. They're getting overrun. Jensen coming back, nicely done by Joseph. Joseph needs to recover quickly. It's turned over, but at least he stops the rush. Wildcats in the midfield really outnumbered right now. Johnson with a nice tackle. Johnson sends it forward, looking for Jensen. Jensen's going to give chase. Jensen doing a nice job coming back from his forward position. forcing Lakeville backwards. Nicely done that time. Looked like one of the better defensive sequences the Wildcats have had here in this game. As Cron takes advantage of an opportunity, finds Cy. Cy lays it out for Cron. Cron turns down the Jets. The senior captain brings it in across the 18. He's going to have an opportunity here. Sets up Cy. Cy with it. He's going to put a left foot into it. It's going to go out, deflected, and the Eagan Wildcats will have their first corner of the night.
Goal kick, Panthers.
Check that. It's the commentator's curse. You think it's a goal kick, or excuse me, a corner, and it turns out not to be. There's no signal immediately by the assistant referee or the center referee. To be honest with you, I didn't see how that couldn't be deflected, but obviously the referees did not see it that way. It's played by Joseph. Johnson has it taken away by Villalobos. Nicely done by Ty, stepping across. Hey, Johnson's going to be booked.
Yellow card caution.
Johnson's going to be booked here for a yellow card caution at 24 minutes in. Certainly hard contact. The referee doing what he can to maintain control of the game. Nothing in that, just no intent, but obviously very hard contact.
Foul on the Wildcats.
It's a foul on the Wildcats. 2 fouls on the Wildcats now, giving Colin Byrne and the Panthers an opportunity. It's a nice free kick in, headed away. Now an offsides call. Yeah, we're going to have offsides on the Panthers. It's the 4th time they've been caught offsides. This time it was a bit inexcusable, only because that ball, they saw when that ball was coming in.
The game for the Wildcats now,
Jacob
Jacob
Woodley
Tran,
sends it
number
forward.
18.
Ball goes out for a blue throw, for a Wildcat throw, and we will have
Wildcats.
Jacob Tran,
Number 12, Jacob Brasso, and number 3,
Jacob Brasso, and Caden Larson
Previously
coming
for
into the game.
Wildcats into the game, Davis Hackenmuller, number 6.
If I'm honest, I don't know that the Panthers have substituted anybody yet this half. Expect soon we will probably see a substitution or two, as the Panthers certainly are having the better of the game right now against the Wildcats. It's Teacher Appreciation Night, so as a result, ETV will be broadcasting the halftime ceremony for Teacher Appreciation. We have an extra 5 minutes. I believe that'll be an extra 5 minutes added on to halftime. So 15 minutes instead of the normal 10 minutes. And as a result, you can stick with us for halftime. Cron's been removed. Tran's been inserted in the midfield. Side tries to flick it forward, but no one's there. Jensen wasn't making the run. Villasenor, excuse me, check that. That's Hackenmuller. Hackenmuller up from the midfield. Liston goes down. Brassau with it. Not sure what Siljan was thinking there, letting that ball go through. And Siljan, one of the seniors on this team. Oh, Jacob Tran needs to make that tackle. Ball goes wide. Try to keep it in. Paul Kamani says nope, it's out over the end line.
Panthers. Goal kick, Wildcats. Substitution for the Wildcats. Back in the game, Jack Joseph, number 8. Going out, Donald Ty, number 4.
Wildcats surrendering 5 shots, 3 on net.
Goal kick, Wildcats.
They have yet to register a shot on net here for the Wildcats. Senior Isaac Woodley has got to do something here to get his guys fired up. Talking to Coach Lakeville North Panthers coach Pete Tima before the game, said he expected certainly a hard-nosed game between these two clubs. Talked about Lakeville Panthers graduating virtually all of their starters last year. So that's created a real opportunity for a number of players to step up. And of course, those are big shoes to fill, as Lakeville North won the section last year. Of course, would have gone to state had there not been a pandemic. So fine soccer team last year for Lakeville North. Nicely done by Joseph that time. He's going to send it forward, look for Cy. If I'm honest, far too much punting the ball forward and asking the forwards to run onto it or flick it on. Not nearly enough passing and control in the midfield. Not sure Coach Tim Foley that's what he wants them to do, but that's what they're doing right now. As Larson earns the throw in as Villalobos comes to the side. Again, no substitutions here in the first 29 minutes, almost 29 minutes here for the Panthers. As Villalobos steps in, nicely done by Brassau. Excuse me, that's Redlin, 17. Here's Jensen with it. He's going to send it forward. He's on sides. Derek Cy is on sides. He's got one man to beat. Left foot. Oh, and a beautiful save that time by Wright. Cy was under a lot of pressure that time. And forgive me, I could not pick up the number. That was Adam Steele, number 16, Adam Steele, with great pressure to deny him a comfortable shot. But easily the best scoring opportunity here for the Wildcats in the entire game. Joseph hoofs it forward, looks for Caden Larson on the run, and can't find anyone. It's one of those situations where one of the balls came across for the Wildcats where one of their through balls was actually working. Siljan sees it go off his foot for a Panther throw. Take this opportunity to remind you the next football game, the football team is away for 3 weeks in a row. So the next football game we will have here for you on ETV, Mike Cook and myself calling the action, will be on October 1st, the homecoming game against Eastview High School. Eastview was the opponent when the Wildcats for the win last year against the Lightning. Hackenmuller loses his mark there. Oh, a nice shot that time. Could not tell who that was, forgive me. I did not catch it. Still no substitutions here for the Panthers.
For the Wildcats.
So we'll have a number of substitutions now for the Wildcats. Villasenor will come back on. Michael Johnson will come back on. And Cron will come back in. With Tran, Siljan, and Hackenmuller being withdrawn.
15, Jacob Tran, number 19. Davis Hackenmuller, number 6.
Woodley's ball went into a massive humanity.
First call for our teachers who will be honored tonight, participating in the halftime teacher appreciation ceremony. Teachers, you could make your way down.
Should be a fun teacher appreciation ceremony. Be a lot more fun for the Wildcats if they're able to put one in the net. Or if I'm honest, string together a handful of good passes in the midfield and create a few scoring opportunities.
Call for the teachers to come down to the track at the 5-minute mark.
Oh, it's misplayed by Wright there. Here's an opportunity for the Wildcats. Villasenor is going to look for it early. Villasenor with it down the sideline. It's watched there by Byrne. As the ball go off his foot, Villasenor is going to concede the throw. Villasenor liked the idea of him taking the throw quickly and not waiting for Larson to come forward. The referee found Porter taking a little bit too much yardage there, so he's going to back him up and have that throw taken again. Porter now throws short. It's intercepted by Villasenor. Comes to Cy. Cy sends it across, looking for Johnson. Johnson's going to have an opportunity. Johnson controls in the box. He's got runners. He needs to make something happen on the outside. Ball gets flicked in towards goal. We're going to have a corner. That is going to be the first corner of the game for the Wildcats. Comes 32 minutes in to the first half, and Emilio Villasenor is going to stand over it. It's going to be the first opportunity that the Wildcats have had to do anything offensively, except for Derek Cy's breakaway, partial breakaway. Side looks for the rainbow. It's deflected again. Cron was in an offside position, and so didn't play the ball. On the one hand, it's smart not play the ball in the offside position. Unfortunately, it was the result was going to be a goal kick.
Corin Dillo, number 10. Going off will be Dylan Liston, number 33.
Liston, number 33, will exit now for the Panthers. Quarandio will come on. 0-0 the score. Panthers and Wildcats. You see there's another opportunity. Wildcats they take the ball and then they can't find feet. They can't find their teammates. Ball comes flicked over the top. Jensen with it. Jensen gets ahead to it. Now he's turning in the box. He's going to look for a Villasenor coming to him, but can't find him. It's a shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. Referee judged to be just with a little too much force. Nothing in that. Nothing in that, but Lakeville North player was really off balance, so it looked I think a lot worse than it really was. Nice play by Jensen to be physical. Just don't want to commit the foul. There's Porter. Villasenor and Jensen pressing that time, but they didn't do it very well. It results in an opportunity for Villalobos down the field. If you're going to press, you have to be able to take away passing lanes, and left passing lanes open. Just over 5.5 minutes now to go in the half. Wildcats holding on right now. They're not doing much offensively. Fortunately, Panthers really haven't had a whole lot of decisiveness in the attacking third. They've certainly put shots on net, created opportunities, but have not been able to necessarily unlock that Wildcat defense. See Hackenmuller come back in and push Cron.
Hackenmuller, number 6.
Check that. They're going to have Hackenmuller going at forward, have Cron retain his position in the midfield.
Whistle foul called on the Panthers.
Foul called that time on the Panthers, Eric Kugler.
Free kick.
Taking out Jack Joseph.
Taken by Parker Jensen, number 22.
Can't say I'm sure about that either. Really just a shoulder-to-shoulder challenge, but again, center referee wanting to maintain control of the game and make sure it doesn't get out of hand. Certainly seen challenges like that go unwhistled. Someone needs to step now. Cron comes out to play it. There's Porter on the near side. Cron's gonna earn the foul. You sense some frustration from Cron. Team is not playing well. They find themselves still, though, tied at 0-0. Ball's flicked on. A scoreboard problem. So I hope they're keeping time on the scoreboard issues here in Eagan. Scoreboard is now running. It was running the whole time, but down around 3 minutes now. I believe the Panthers are going to have their third corner here of the half. Jensen clears it nicely. Somebody in blue needs to close that down. Good turn. Hackenmuller finds Cy, who's well offsides. Panthers were
Offside,
baiting Derek
Wildcats.
Cy into that.
Direct free kick, Panthers.
Ball's taken, kick is taken quickly. Villasenor takes it away from Porter. Nicely done. Villasenor finds Cy, who finds Joseph. Intercepted then by the Panthers. Get a sense that the Panthers really would like to strike us. Oh, what a nice step that time by Joseph, but he forgot the ball. Falls for Jensen. Jensen passes it right to Villalobos. Cron with a nice tackle. Villalobos not happy about that at all. Cron sends it forward. Cannot get through it. Cannot get through that back line. Panthers back line playing very well. This ball flicks off of Redlin. Gets pooched in the air. It's going to fall for Caden Larson. Larson sends it forward. Bruciani there for the Panthers. Forwards have got to come back and play some defense. Joseph with it. He's going to hoof it forward. There's an opportunity for Cy. Cy's legs get tangled up. There with Steele. Nothing in that again. Two players running for the ball.
Following the Wildcats. Free kick upcoming Lakeville North.
If I'm honest, I don't think Derek Cy wanted to commit a foul there at all.
1 minute remaining in the first half.
1 minute now in the first half, and if the Wildcats can get out of this half 0-0, it'll be quite an accomplishment. Demonstrated very little energy, not much in terms of attacking prowess. Ball gets flicked ahead for Hackenmuller. And the Panthers will take the ball on the far side. Again, stick with us for halftime, as we will have the teacher appreciation presentation here for the boys varsity. Of course, we had the teacher appreciation ceremony for the girls last game against Simley. The ball gets flicked forward that time. Cy with an opportunity. He runs on with the right foot. Oh, great save by Wright. Great save by Wright. Another opportunity. Hackenmuller with it. Joseph with it. Joseph takes too big of a
10
touch.
seconds remaining. 9,
Loses possession
8,
of the ball
7, 6,
as Byrne hoofs it forward.
5, 4,
The Wildcats are going to be
3,
happy to see this
2, 1,
go to halftime. So,
0.
at the half, a half dominated really by the Lakeville Panthers.
It's the end of the
Score is
first half
0-0.
after 40 minutes of play.
Wildcats and
Wildcats
Panthers.
Stadium, the score, the Eagan Wildcats nothing. Lakeville North Panthers.
Stick around
nothing.
for
halftime
the
intermission
teacher
will be
appreciation
10
ceremony.
minutes.
Coming up in just a few
momentarily will
minutes.
be our teacher appreciation ceremony for the Wildcats boys soccer team. To the 2021 Eagan High School Boys Varsity Soccer Teacher Appreciation Night. Each year, the senior boys on our Wildcats team devote a halftime during one game to recognize teachers who have influenced them, helped them, or made a difference, and say thank you for their very special contributions. The Wildcats boys soccer team has a great history of athletic accomplishments. It also has a rich history of gifted student athletes. The teachers you are about to meet have played a big role in the success of our student athletes in the classroom, on the field, and as people. This year, each player submitted information on the teacher he wanted to recognize. When we call each senior player's name and the teacher they are recognizing, please step forward. Each teacher will be presented with a small gift and will receive the player's complete comments. Let's meet our seniors and the teachers that they want to honor on Teacher Appreciation Night. We will begin with Aiden Burns, who is honoring Ross Eichley, a media specialist. And his comments, I want to nominate Mr. Eichley for Teacher Appreciation Night. He has been a huge help to me, especially in my early years in high school. He has become a friend. Thank you, Mr. Eichley. Next is Alan Gong, honoring Jordan Stevens, a math and varsity tennis coach. And his comments, Mr. Stevens is a great tennis coach who is very supportive, knowledgeable, and easygoing. I appreciate how he has helped me grow both on and off the court. And I like how he has memorized the flag of every country in the world. Next is Colton Marowell, honoring Dale Comer, a math teacher. Mr. Comer is one of the very few teachers that I had a lot of fun with, even during the quarantine. I hope we always keep in touch. Colton Marowell honoring Dale Comer. Next is Donald Ty, who is honoring Jesse Madsen, a math teacher at Eagan High School. And his comments, Mr. Madsen is my favorite teacher because he's extremely outgoing and has a great sense of humor. It is very easy to create a conversation with Mr. Madsen, which makes him a reliable teacher to talk to about anything. He is energetic and wants his students to be engaged in class or in other activities around school. On top of his outgoing personality, he is also a decent math teacher. Donald Ty honoring Jesse Madsen. Next is Douglas Cavanerio honoring Claire Vanseth with ELD at Eagan High School. Ms. Vanseth was my teacher for all 4 years. She's one of the best teachers I have ever had. She's a great person and was so helpful for all my years in school. Ms. Vanseth, good luck with all the new kids next year. I'll miss you so much. Douglas Cavanerio honoring Claire Vanseth. Next is Evan Siljan honoring Timothy Owen, math teacher. And his comments, Mr. Owen always made class fun and he made people laugh during it. He actually made math enjoyable to go to. Thanks so much. Evan Siljan honoring Timothy Owen. Isaac Woodley honors Todd Carlson, who teaches criminology. And his comments, I nominate Mr. Carlson as my favorite teacher because of his outgoing personality that always keeps me engaged. Plus he teaches criminology, which is the best class at Eagan High School. Isaac Woodley honoring Todd Carlson. Next, Jacob Brasso, who is honoring Jennifer Christensen, his pause teacher. And his comments, Mrs. Christensen always made pause a lot of fun. I'm going to miss potluck Fridays and Uno tournaments in the back of the classroom. Thank you for 4 years of fun memories. Jacob Brasso honoring Jennifer Christensen. Next is Caden Larson honoring Janelle Millison, CIP and CID, and his comments. Ms. Millison made school more fun during study hall and she helped me through lots of situations. I appreciate her and we developed a close relationship. Caden Larson honoring Janelle Millison. Next, Muhammad B. Ali honoring Susan Olson, a counselor, and his comments. Ms. Olson invited me into the AVID program and it was well worth it. Thank you, Ms. Olson. Muhammad B. Ali honoring Susan Olson. Next, Nicholas Cron is honoring Jim Becker, social studies teacher at Eagan High School, and hockey. And his comments, I want to recognize Mr. Becker because of his determination, selflessness, and kindness. He has taught me so many valuable lessons in the classroom and the hockey rink. I can't thank Mr. Becker enough for being one of my mentors. Nicholas Cron honoring Jim Becker. Next is Parker Jensen honoring Jennifer Gustafson with WEH. And his comments, I want to recognize Mrs. Gustafson for all her help through my sophomore year and let everyone know what a great teacher she is. Thanks. Parker Jensen honoring Jennifer Gustafson. And Tim Ekblad is honoring Todd Nelson, business teacher. and his comments. Mr. Nelson is a down-to-earth teacher. He is honest about what he teaches and makes lessons relatable and relevant. He is funny, kind, and respectful. Thanks, Mr. Nelson. Tim Ekblad honoring Todd Nelson. Again, we thank all of our dedicated teachers and give special recognition to the teachers here this evening, chosen by each player for their extraordinary impact. Thank you, teachers, for all that you do for the students of Eagan High School.
Thanks for joining us here in Eagan, Minnesota for Teacher Appreciation Night. We're going to be bringing you the second half of the boys varsity soccer game between Eagan and the Lakeville North Panthers. And right now we've got a score of 0-0. Panthers looking definitely more energetic and more dangerous in that first half. You can tell they're definitely missing their leading scorer, Elijah Sedlacek. But nonetheless, bringing a lot more energy and being much more effective in the attacking third. Isaac Woodley for the Wildcats has had a number of saves, though the scoreboard still shows 0-0. So we're going to see what Coach Tim Foley has got for the Wildcats here in the second half. Based on what we saw in the first half, I would imagine there would be a substantial uptick in the intensity, given the reality of the situation. The game's right there for the Wildcats to reach out and grab. They're going to have to string together some passes. Wildcats in blue with white letters. White numbers are going to be moving left to right. Lakeville Panthers in white with black numbers and red trim. Defending the south goal. If there is a wind advantage, and there is a gentle breeze, gusting a little bit, If there is a wind advantage, it will be with the Wildcats for this half.
Wildcats will kick off to start the second half.
Ball comes back to Villasenor. Just about trips over the ball. Sends it forward that time for Cy. Villasenor's tackle misses. But advantage is played that time by the referee. Nicely done. Villasenor's got to be a lot more crisp with those tackles. Ball comes back for Jensen. He's going to hoof it forward. Looking for Ty. Gets intercepted. Skitters off his head. Jensen's going to send that ball down to safety. Look for Cron. Head that time by Lee. Number of heads now for the Panthers. Frost with an opportunity. Cy with it. Falls for Cy. He decides to take a shot from 20, 30 yards out. Not sure what he was doing there. He had two players breaking. Wildcats have an opportunity here to snatch something early here in the second half. But to do so, they're going to have to control the ball. Ball falls for Cron. Cron with an opportunity. Oh, ridden off very nicely that time by Porter. Excuse me. It was Tucksher. Intercepted by Joseph. Ball goes to the far side. We're going to have Cron and Cy at your forward positions. Joseph making an appearance here in the midfield. And being called for the foul. Again, nothing in that. Just a collision.
Injury on the field.
Going for the ball. Now Joseph, Ty, Frost, and Villasenor here in the midfield. Center referee checking with assistant referee Ken Brott to make sure that there wasn't anything in that. And it really wasn't. It's a collision between two players. Joseph, relatively small in size, but very physical in his game play style. Referee explained to him that he's got to be more careful. Back line is Burns and Jensen in the middle with Larson and Brassow on the outside. Cron with a lovely touch. He's got runners, plays it forward, can't get it through, but maintains control. Cron's going to go for distance, sends it in on net. First shot on goal here for the second half. Took the Wildcats a long time to do that here in the first half. As we mentioned, the Panthers only substituted one player, if my notes are correct. Here, this ball falls for Villasenor. Jensen with a nice defensive play. Well done by Parker Jensen coming back for that ball. He never gave up on it, and he never did anything. Oh, nice dummy there by Cron, looking for Joseph on the overlap. Just didn't come off. I'm going to go back and talk about Parker Jensen's run. Jensen could have committed a foul, could have bodied off Villalobos there, but he didn't. Nicely done by Parker Jensen, just continuing the run, showing that he's, despite the fact that he's much larger than Villalobos, he doesn't have to commit the foul to be effective. Larson with it. Larson loses it, comes back for Porter. Cy's going to try to pressure the Panthers. Not sure exactly. This is a very unusual formation. There are three at the back here, or four at the back here for the Wildcats. Wildcats have what looked like four forwards, as Joseph is well forward of where a center midfielder should be or would be ordinarily. Frost is well pushed up on the far side. Cy flicks it on. Comes back for Porter. Porter's going to send that to safety. Ty really is covering the middle of the field by himself. Ball comes in for Cy. Cy gets around one defender. Tries to get around two defenders. Cron lays it off for him. Brassow with it. Brassow, not sure if he was going to try to hoof it forward or exactly what was going on there. I think that's going to be a blue throw. Yep, it's going to go out for a Wildcat throw. I'd like to see Brassow really wind up and put something on this. Looks for Cron. It's played in by the Panthers. Cy sends it with a little flick onto the net. Nicely done by Sagamo that time. And he gets it back. Now he's being watched there by Ty, and Sagamo's going to commit the foul. It's another easy call for the referee. An offensive player pushes the defender in the back. In the attacking half, it's an easy call. Jensen sends it forward. It's played there in the middle. Falls for Cy, however. Slips it through. Cron with it. Right-footed. It's in the net! Derek Cy set the table, and Cron died sumptuously. It's 1-0 to the Wildcats. Nicely done, gentlemen. In the 45th minute, Cron cashes in from a little flick from Cy, and it's 1-0 to the Wildcats. It was a good free kick. Good ball being sent in by the Wildcats, and now let's see if they have the kind of energy, the Wildcats that is. Let's see if they bring the kind of energy that we were looking for, have been looking for this entire game. This is definitely the way to start the second half. Great interception by Joseph. What can he do with it? He chips it forward, he sends it right to right. Joseph's got to be more careful with that. Do a great job of taking the ball away, and then you just throw it to the Panthers. To finish, I thought I was on earlier. The Panthers had only one substitute off their bench, maybe two if my notes were correct. And as a result, as Larson's now put under pressure by Liston, as a result, the Panthers haven't had as much opportunity to rest. Got a lot more minutes in the first half. We'll see if their energy level is they're able to maintain that energy level here for the second half, the entire second half. As Byrne puts his foot to it, sends it well outside.
Number 11, wide.
Whatever Coach Foley told the Wildcats at halftime, it seems to have taken. Ty with it there. Villalobos. Nice play that time by Brasau. Finds Joseph. Joseph's going to get pushed there by Kugler. Nothing in that. Another opportunity. Love to see Jensen, who's going to stand over this ball, look for Cron or Cy again. A little knockdown and flick on. Might be just what the doctor ordered as Cron starts at the far side of the field. Attempt there by Cy in the air. Cy's going to go up for it again. It's going to fall that time. It's cleared out by a host of Panthers. It's flicked back in by Larson. Brassau's going to step towards it. That ball comes off for Frost. Brassau with it nicely in the corner. Step by Joseph. Shout for a handball there. Joseph hammers it forward, but it goes right to the Panthers. Ty with it. He's under a lot of pressure. He's going to send that back for Burns. Burns going to hoof it again forward. Ball does not get through as it's nicely played there by Byrne in the middle. Frost with it now. Plays it back safely for Jensen. Jensen again is going to hoof it forward. Look for Cron. That ball's just not going to get there. Falls for Villasenor. He's got an opportunity, but he loses it. Wildcats need to do a good job of cleaning up in that midfield. Joseph a little bit out of shape. Now Ty gets pushed. Oh, here's an opportunity for Villasenor. Nicely done that time by Woodley. Nerves of steel. Ice in his veins. Isaac Woodley, the senior keeper, comes out and takes it off Villalobos' foot. Nicely done. Frost finds Ty in the middle. Ty switches fields nicely to Larson. Larson with an opportunity. It's flicked on that time. Frost with a nice step. And hammered out by that time. Oh, it's not going to go out of bounds. It's actually going to die. Brassau's got all sorts of time. He's going to send it forward, look for somebody in the middle. Falls for Larson. That's just too big of a touch by Larson. Be hoofed forward by Sagamo. On the far side looking for Liston. Liston obviously one of the big attacking options. Here's a ball through for Cron. Opportunity for Cy, but Cy just couldn't get around the defender. Lots of space here for the Panthers here in the midfield. Jensen has the ball taken off his foot. Falls for Villalobos, falls down. To everyone's credit, no shout for a penalty there. Just because somebody falls down in the box doesn't mean we have a penalty or a foul committed. Frost with it. Tries to get it out. Now he does. Now the ball comes out towards Joseph. Now it falls for Derek Cy. Cy flicks it on. Cron's on sides, but Cy just put too much on that. And Cy's wishing he had something there. Had another opportunity.
Injured player on the field.
We've got an injured player. I believe it's Villalobos. It is Villalobos, I believe, who's down for the Panthers. Coach Pete Tima had told me prior to the game the injury bug had really bitten these Panthers hard. In fact, when I showed him the roster and to go over the names to make sure I got as many pronunciations correct as I could, said, do you want me to tell you who's playing, or do you want me to just tell you who's not on our roster right now? And it's a substantial roster. Not seeing too many substitutes. Coach Team is going to have to go to his bench here, though, as Villalobos is going to have to come off the field. Hopefully something light can come back into the game. Looked like he maybe turd something as he was spinning to take that shot. We'll restart with a drop ball, and now play will continue. Just over 30 minutes here to go in the second half. Wildcats holding a lead, 1-0. Ball comes into right, it's flicked forward. Wildcats have come out in the second half showing a lot more aggression, a lot more speed, a lot more energy. Villasenor has it taken off his foot. Brassau steps nicely, but the ball gets away from him. A couple times we've seen that here. The Wildcat players have taken, as Joseph shielded off nicely, that time by Sagamo. Ball on the outside by Bruscini. Looking for Liston. Liston's going to watch it down into the corner. Oh, nicely done by Liston. Nice spin. You going to let him shoot? Yes, you are. And he's going to score. Oh, what a magnificent finish. Liston created it. I could not pick out exactly who scored. And, of course, by the time they were done celebrating, they were all in a big mix. We'll get the official in just a moment. But it's 1-1. The 50th minute, we'll have to wait. Liston does get the assist. Not sure exactly what the Wildcats were doing there. It's like they were going to sleep defensively.
Scoring for Lakeville North, number 15, Leo
Bruciani with the goal.
Number 33, Dylan Liston.
Oh, it's a beautiful ball by Cy over the top. Finds Hackenmuller in the penalty area. Hackenmuller turns.
Panthers goal scored.
Nicely done.
Bruciani. The assist, Dylan Liston. The time 50:04.
Ball's going to go out for a Lakeville throw. It's their first shot on net here in the second half. And the Panthers score. So now it's all square. Wildcats have delivered a punch, now taken a punch. Now it remains to be seen whether they can take another punch. Deliver another punch. Wildcats are going to have to up the energy just that much more. Oh, nice play there by Cron. Pressuring the defense. Oh, wonderful step. Brilliant step that time by Joseph. Joseph in that center attacking midfielder position, very, very aggressive. Brassau steps nicely, falls for Hackenmuller, and it's played out that time by Lee. Somebody in blue needs to make a run for Brassau as he looks for Cron. Ball comes flying in. It's played out that time by one of the Panthers. There's another opportunity. Brassau needs to get back. Jensen's going to come over and play that ball out. A lot of the energy momentum really coming out of the game for the Wildcats with Bruciani's 50th minute tally. Right well out of his goal. He's good 10 yards outside the penalty area. Wildcats get a hold of that ball. That right might get burned. Here's Jensen riding off. Nicely done. Jensen getting taken down, no call. I think both players there. It was Sagamo on the run. Seeing Jensen exchange a handshake after that. It was a good play by both players. Arguably could have called a foul on either guy. So probably a good no call. That ball goes over the top. Looking for Liston again. And the last time Liston had the ball in this situation, Wildcat defense went to sleep. Ball comes swinging in from Liston. Oh, and Woodley was wrong-footed. Oh, it was a brilliant ball in from Liston. The ball was barely put on net. It was almost like a curveball. It was almost like a curveball. Sagamo's going to get the goal. From Liston again. And the Panthers have shocked the Wildcats here with 2 goals in 3 minutes.
Scoring for Lakeville North, number 14, Aiden Sagmo. The assist, number 33, Dylan Liston.
Liston again setting up one of his teammates. Defense absolutely went to sleep.
53 seconds.
That time,
Panthers goal.
senior keeper Isaac Woodley wrong-footed.
Assisted by Dylan Liston at 52-53.
Contact there on Siljan, but no call. Larson comes back. Larson tries to control it, does on the ground. Nicely done by Caden Larson. Siljan's going to play it off a Panther for a Wildcat throw-in. That time Woodley, the ball was flicked towards goal, and Isaac Woodley got wrong-footed. He thought the ball was going to go high, and somehow it came off of Sagamo's foot low and bounced, took a weird bounce. I think, in fact, even the Lakeville Panther players were surprised as to how that ball came off Sagamo's foot. So Wildcats find themselves down 2-1. Gonna have to do something here. Get back in this game. Cy had an opportunity to look for a teammate. Instead, that time it gets turned over. Comes back, great defense there by Cy. He's gonna commit the foul. That's a harsh yellow card.
Yellow card caution will be issued against the Wildcats.
That's a harsh yellow, very harsh yellow card. Although I suspect 65th minute.
54-23.
I suspect Cy would be. I suspect the center referee would say that it was a yellow card caution because it was breaking up a promising attack. That's true. Nothing much in that for Derek.
54-23. Foul on the Wildcats. Free kick Panthers.
Well, Isaac Woodley comes out. He started to come out, came back, and then eventually came out again. I'd like to see the senior take leadership back there. Ball comes forward looking for Hackenmuller. Hackenmuller throws a foot at it. Can't quite get a touch to it. Now he's got an opportunity. He's taking some bumps from behind. Nate McKinnon has his pocket pick there on the side by Quarandio, who's in for Villalobos. But easily the most dangerous Panther tonight on the pitch for the Lakeville North Panther. Most dangerous Panther on the pitch tonight is clearly Liston on the far side. Imagine the Panthers would like to switch the ball and get it to his feet. As Joseph's going to give this a run. Ball comes over the top. Burns has it corner. Loses it. Lakeville North's going to take a shot. Send it in towards Woodley.
Shot for the Panthers. Eric Kugler, number 3.
Someone needs to step out. Wildcats defense really under pressure here. Oh, nicely done that time. And the third goal here for the Panthers. Defensive breakdown. Nicely done by the Panthers that time. A defensive breakdown. Woodley missed the ball. The defender missed the ball. And it was tapped in. Just as easy as you like. And out of nowhere, the Panthers have grabbed a hold of this match by the throat. Wildcats look stunned. Bruciani with the assist. The ball comes down for Jensen.
Scoring for Lakeville North, his second goal of the game, number 14, Aiden Sagmo.
Sagmo is credited with it.
Number 15, Leo Bruciani.
So Sagmo nets his brace.
Time of the goal, 56 minutes, 1
The
second.
57th minute in.
Panthers
Falls for
score
Cron
second
here.
of the game for
Cron
Aiden
looks for
Sagmo.
Jensen.
The assist,
Jensen
Leo
had kept
Bruciani
running.
at 56:01.
Jensen coming back on it. Nobody playing defense at all. I mean, they've got to stop the ball. You have to stop the ball in situations like that, and they didn't do it. Siljan hoofs it forward. Cron's onside. He has an opportunity. Wright comes out. Oh, Cron was wrong-footed. He didn't want to collide with Wright. He's kicking himself for missing that opportunity. And the defense is shocked like it is right now for the Wildcats. Got to do something to stop the ball. The Lakeville player is going to dribble 20, 30 yards up the field. You've got to step on them, slow them down. Falls for Hackenmuller. Hackenmuller's going to send it forward. It's run on by Joseph. Cron with it. Cron's going to take it to the corner. The side. Oh, he turns the corner now. Now the ball comes across. Nicely done that time by Cron, and a great save by Wright. No shot on goal for Cron, but he definitely worked that ball into a position so Joseph and Jensen had an opportunity. Lakeville will be very content to take as much time as they can with the throws, with throw-ins, with goal kicks and all of those things now with a 2-goal lead. Still plenty of time in this match for the Wildcats to climb back into it, but got to do something soon to get some momentum. Joseph with it's going to play it over to Lart. Check that's Burns. Not sure why Burns is on the outside. Collision there between Porter and Burns. Somehow it's not sure how that's a foul on Burns. It looked like it came from, Burns was facing away from Porter.
Free kick, Lakeville North.
It's on the far side of the field. The referee has a much better view than I do. And here's an example of that. The Panthers are going to control the ball, be as careful as they can with it. They don't need to press now for another goal. They've got three. Got three in the space of 7 minutes. Wildcats looked like they were, wouldn't say in control, but certainly in a good place for this game. Yet Wildcats now find themselves down by 2 goals. They had weathered the Lakeville storm in the first half. Lakeville really outplayed the Wildcats in that first half. And right now they're outplaying them over the last 10 minutes. Ball comes in for Redlin. Redlin has it taken off his foot. Now he recovers, finds Jensen. Nicely done by Peyton Jensen. Siljan tries to find the overlapping run of Burns, but can't. Wildcats need to switch into a different gear. Here comes Joseph in a different gear. He flicks it on towards Cron. It's cleared out that time. Falls for Ty. Ty finds Siljan on the far side. Siljan's going to keep it in. Siljan's going to earn the throw. And I think for his efforts, he may be replaced here. It's a curious defensive alignment that time, having Aiden Burns at the outside back position. Johnson's going to check back into the game. Brassow's going to come into the game. Sy will check back in.
Michael Johnson, number 13. Jacob Tran, number 19.
Deep throw comes in. It's flicked off of Lakeville North, so we're going to have another throw here for the Wildcats. Villalobos back in the game, which is nice to see after he was down on the turf. Wildcats with a series of throws. Now we've got an offsides flag off the last throw in. Not exactly sure when the player was offsides. Cron's going to try to do what he can to steal a goal here. Wildcats definitely need to do that. Ryan Leonard's back in the game here for the Wildcats. Did not see Leonard's a whole lot in the first half. He's been battling injury. Larson sends it across. Well won that time in the air. McKinnon with it. Nate McKinnon Jr. needs to figure out what to do with it. He sends it forward harmlessly towards the Panthers. Wildcats have an opportunity here, but they've got to connect some passes. There's an opportunity there. Leonard's with it. Dummy. That time nicely done. McKinnon on the overlap now for Tran. Cron's going to chip it forward. It's going to go just out of bounds for McKinnon. Wright will certainly take his time with all of the goal kicks going forward. Smart play by Wright. Not only give your guys a chance to rest, but burn a few extra seconds. An opportunity for the Wildcats. Panthers have dropped 8 into defense. Really having only one striker and one midfielder high. Everybody else is playing in a back row of 4 or a back row of 3, so they've gone to from whatever they had previously. They've got 4 at the back, 3 in front of them, and then 1 and 1. Smart play by the Panthers. Might as well have everybody back playing defense. Although in fairness, if the Wildcats can't put together a few passes to create threats, not sure they're going to be tested all that much. A lot of credit to this Lakeville Panther team. They outplayed the Wildcats in the first half, conceded a goal early in the second half, and now have responded with 3 tallies. Tran lets the ball roll out of bounds. Cron's going to give chase. Might have been a handball, but I'll let it go. And the ball's going to go out of bounds. I believe the ball's going to go out of bounds. We're going to have a throw. Joseph's going to come in for Aiden Burns on the far side.
Substitution for the Wildcats. Number 8, Jack Joseph back in. Going off Aiden Burns, number 21.
Jensen looking for Sy. Nicely done by Tran. Controlled by Leonards. Tran on the side. Ball goes out of bounds. Wildcats have an opportunity here, but they've got to get something going. 15 minutes and change to go in this game. The Panthers are going to be content. Panthers are going to be content to play this safely. Which I have to say is a smart play. Wildcats still have an opportunity here if they can string some passes together. Joseph's going to play it over to Johnson. Johnson, one of the sophomores on this team, this varsity sophomores, and it's a nice step by Leonards. Ball comes flying through. Oh, just caught, just a little too hard. Looking for Sy. Joseph plays it ahead for Johnson. Johnson flicks on for Leonards. Nobody was chasing. Leonards and the forwards have got to get their timing right. Otherwise, that's not going to work. Just a reminder that the Wildcat girls varsity soccer team will be taking the field about 25 minutes after we complete this game in regulation. See the Wildcat forwards telling the midfielders to play to feet, not simply send it over their heads. Wright puts a foot into it, sends it forward. Panthers really not making much of an offensive push right now. When you're ahead by 2 goals with 15 minutes to go, why would you? Cron with a nice move around. He's going to have to show some speed here. Ball comes flicking in. Ball falls to Cron, left foot. Finds Ty. Ty looks for Cy. Can't find that. McKinnon with it. Somebody needs to talk to McKinnon, give him somewhere to go. Nicely done by Jacob Tran. But in the screen right now, you see 3 Panthers and only 2 Wildcats, and that's not going to get it done long term. Parker hoofs it forward. It's possible that this might fall here for Johnson. Instead, it comes off. It's going to go for a Wildcat throw-in. Ball goes out of bounds, curiously for a Lakeville North throw. Assistant referee didn't signal the ball, at least to my eye, didn't signal the ball going out of bounds.
Substitution for the Panthers, number 10, Ethan Corandillo back in the game. Going off is Leo Pucciani, number 15.
Only real risk here for the Panthers, just under 12 minutes to play, is that they get too complacent. And the equivalent of playing the prevent defense in football just a little bit too early. Flicked by Cy, but nobody there. There just needs to be more foot-to-foot passing, needs to be more control by the Wildcats. Nice sequence in the corner as McKinnon had made an overlapping run. Ball's going to go out of bounds. Cron sends it across, stays in bounds. Now it's going to go out of bounds.
Goal kick, Lakeville North. Substitution for Lakeville North, Nick McBride, number 6, is in the game for the Panthers. Going out, Colin Atkins, number 36.
Needs to be much more Wildcat pressure. Joseph with a nice collision there against Byrne. Johnson on the sideline, can't control it. Wildcats not showing the energy, requisite energy necessary to climb back into this soccer game. Johnson puts a move on.
Clock is stopped. Yellow card. Caution is being issued.
And that's his second caution of the game. And that's a red card for Michael Johnson.
Yellow card caution is on the Wildcats. Number 13.
And the Wildcats will play down a man the rest of the game.
Yellow card of the game. Time is 70:06.
Johnson needs to be more careful when he's playing on a yellow card. He has to be able to be careful with his challenges. That being said, I didn't think that was a yellow card at all. Oh, it's spilled by Woodley, and it's claimed again by Woodley. Nicely done that time.
Shot for the Panthers is Nick McBride, number 6.
So the Wildcats are down a man, down 2 goals. Now would be the time, I suppose, to hoof it forward. See if you can do something good with it. Cron plays it through the legs of the defender. Jensen picks up the foul there in the middle of the park. Finds the Panther head, cannot squeeze through. Jacob Tran was making a run. Could not squeeze through. McKinnon with it there. Tran's going to come back for it. Nicely done by Jacob. McKinnon's going to lose it there on the side. He's going to come back for Jensen. Cron flicks it on for Cy. Cy with an opportunity. And I think we're going to have, what are we going to have?
Foul called on Lakeville North.
And we're going to have a penalty. Or we're going to have a pass back. We're going to have a pass back. It is not going to be a foul. It is not a penalty. The referee is calling the back pass. The Lakeville North player, who I cannot tell who it was, played the ball back to the keeper as Cy was running in. Here's a great opportunity here for the Wildcats. It is an indirect free kick. The Panthers will have to back up 10 yards, which puts them basically halfway into the football end zone. The Wildcats certainly can try to go for goal and hope that someone taps it on the way in. This is an indirect free kick. It needs to touch someone.
Indirect free kick, Wildcats.
Jensen now coming forward. Cron standing over it. Cron puts it in on the keeper.
Clock is stopped.
Right goes down.
This is a yellow card.
And for some reason, a yellow card was issued to Nate McKinnon. It's just a collision between the two players. And you wonder if 72 minutes gone, you wonder if the referee is getting a little happy with the cards.
Caution on the Wildcats. Number 16, Nathan McKinnon.
It's just a collision between Wright and McKinnon.
And the time of the yellow card is 72 minutes.
Nothing much to that. Wright was going down for the ball. McKinnon was going for the ball. In the event, Wildcats miss an opportunity there. It's a great opportunity to put a ball into the net.
Number 14.
Woodley well out of his net to play that forward. Wildcats really scrambling now. It's going to take some real heroics by some of the Wildcat players. There's a ball over the top. Jensen with it. Nicely done by Jensen. Good defense, solid shoulder. Good job by Isaac Woodley.
Ethan Corandillo, number 10.
Corandillo. Wildcats have got to get this ball, though. Can't score if they don't possess the ball. Leonard's with it now, an opportunity. He's going to turn it over. Wishes he had that one back. All right, now the Wildcats just scrambling. Just under 7 minutes now to go in the game. Burns will come in for Joseph on the far side.
Substitutions, both teams for the Wildcats. Aiden Burns, number 21, back in. Lakeville North, 15, Leo Bruciani back in.
Bruciani also back in here for the Panthers. Flicked on by Leonards. Tran's going to step to it, but there's no one there. Ty's going to send it forward. It does fall for Brasso. Brasso stopped his run. Brasso stopped his run. It did not crash as hard as he could have. He'll want that one back as well. Played back by Redlin. Redlin's moved into that center back position. Ball comes out for Burns. Cron screaming for it on the far side. Burns hoofs it forward. Looks for Cy. Ball falls harmlessly in the middle. Brassau play it across. The ball will be played through to Woodley. Just over 5.5 minutes now to play. Wildcats have got to get possession of the ball in the attacking zone, the attacking third. Go back to Johnson's second yellow card. I'm not sure his first foul was a yellow either. I understand keeping control of the game, but I also understand that sometimes boys will be boys, and they'll commit fouls. Ball's still not out of bounds. I'm not sure what Burns was doing. Burns switched off. And now he's going to get called for the foul. Aiden Burns with a rare mental miscue. Eagan High School boys, girls, and soccer booster clubs also want to thank their gold sponsors. Birchwood Dental, Rami Cormont of Colwell Banker, Divine Salon, Dunn Brothers Coffee, John and Melanie Willie at Edina Realty, North Oaks Splash Soccer Club, and the Urgency Room, as well as the ball kids that are supplied by Wave
Panthers
Soccer Club.
Was the call.
Panthers were offside. The Wildcats are going to hoof it forward, and every chance that the Panthers get to send it deep, they will. Burns is going to bring it up. We're going to look for Ty. Ty's going to play it over to the side. Look for Jensen. It's going to fall now for Tran. Comes to Cron. Cron with some fancy feet. Finds Tran. Tran's got to be aggressive here. Someone's got to go at the goal. They're going to have an opportunity here. Brasso nicely done. Comes the throw for the Wildcats. We're going to have substitutions. Inside 5 minutes. Team that's ahead substitutes. The clock is stopped. So 3 minutes and 47 seconds left for the Wildcats to dial up a miracle and get 2 goals. Parker Jensen being sent forward. Nicely done that time by Lennertz. Burns with it. Now Kugler's going to send it. Well, I thought he was going to send it forward. In fact, he turns and sends it backwards. Jensen losing his balance on the far side. Right now, it's all about desire. Hackenmuller's going to pick up a red card caution, or yellow card caution.
So number 6, Davis Hackenmuller.
And again,
Time of the yellow card, 76-45.
that was probably a good yellow card to pull. In contrast to a couple of the earlier ones, which, to be honest with you, I didn't think were cautionable. It's not my opinion that counts. Of course, it's the center referee's opinion that counts. Give him credit. He's kept a tight rein on the game. There's not been a lot of, certainly hasn't been any dirty play in the game.
For the Wildcats, Evan Siljan, number 15.
Cron pressing. Down a man. Oh, great interception here by Brasso. Can Brasso get it to Cron? He can't. Now he goes over the top. Cron on a breakaway. And he's watched there by Porter. Cron flicks it behind. Check that was Malmgren, actually. Number 2 into the game.
Clock is stopped.
Tuckshire's going to have an injury. They're going to stop the clock. Nick McBride into the game here for the Lakeville North Panthers.
Going off number 7, Luis Villalobos.
May have confused Malmgren for McBride there, so I apologize. See another substitution as Liston's going to come back on. It's really was the engine here for the Panthers. Tuxer takes his exit. Down a man.
33 back in for the Panthers, replacing
everybody forward, almost everybody forward here for the Wildcats. Brassau looking for Parker Jensen. Jensen's going to take it. He's going to let it roll right off his body. Wildcats needed a better, needs some control there. He's under pressure, but got to keep the ball in bounds.
Goal kick, Lakeville North.
Another 25 seconds are going to run off by the time that Wright takes this kick. He's going to play it short. Wildcats are going to have to press. Now Wright sends everybody forward. Jacob Tran with a nice tap. Redland steps. Ridden off. The ball goes out of bounds. Again, another Lakeville Panther throw. A brace by Bruciani and a goal by Sagamo has the Panthers leading the Wildcats 3-1. Cron's 45th minute tally was wiped out in the space of about 8 minutes. I think if you're Coach Tim Foley here for the Wildcats, you're frustrated that the first half performance was not as good as you'd like, but you made it to halftime with a draw, with a 0-0, a 0-0 draw, and then you snag the lead. You snag the lead as Jensen looks for a ball from Cron. Snag the lead in the 45th minute, and then promptly 5 minutes later give it away. And then not only do you give it away, there's two more. And that's an absolutely brutal call. That was an absolutely brutal call. It hit him in the back. I don't even think it hit him in the arm. Well, a bit questionable from up here in the box.
1 minute remaining in the second half. 1 minute.
A minute remaining. The Wildcats will be happy to see this game end. Defensively, can't say Isaac Woodley had a bad game, even though 3 goals were conceded. The Wildcat defense going to be victimized here. Will they be victimized for a 4th? Defense gets back. Brassau with it, nicely done. Has an opportunity. Can Brassau find someone deep? Can't. Tran sends it forward for Brassau. Brassau with it again, sends it forward for Cron. Cron's going to take a run into the penalty area, has it tapped off his foot nicely. Good defense that time. Tran's going to take an opportunity, send it to Brassau. Brassau's going to look for somebody in the middle.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
and we're going to have a foul on the Wildcats, which will mercifully end this half and this game. Wildcats have to be very frustrated, very disappointed with the result.
Game is over. The final score of this
full credit to the Panthers.
The Eagan Wildcats won.
They could have gone away after the Wildcats scored in the 45th minute. They came roaring back with 3 goals in the space of about 8 minutes. 2 by Bruciani, 1 by Sagamo. And there was just nothing. The Wildcats just did not have an answer. That being said, hopefully the video review here for the Wildcats will be helpful and educational as Coach Tim Foley tries to right the ship. It's going to be a while until we see you again here on ETV for the Wildcat boys. Again, our next game broadcast will be on October 2nd against White Bear Lake, a non-conference game, and then both the boys and girls will be playing on October 4th against Burnsville here at Wildcat Stadium. So for our ETV crew, Josh Sibley, Darren Straup, and Nick Mudd, thanks very much. I'm Nathan Cron. Thanks very much for watching us. We'll be back in about 25 minutes with the girls versus Lakeville North. See you in a little while.
25 minutes.